Stage 1 of the Understanding by Design template identifies the desired results of your unit. The first area contains course and unit summaries, for example, the name of the class and the discipline. There's also an area for course design information. The next area is your unit summary, and this is where you will give an overview of what you will be teaching in your unit in your own words. One of the focuses of Understanding by Design is the big idea. The big idea is what ties your whole unit together. It should be inspirational and tell your students why it is important to learn what is being taught in your lesson. The next area is information on the professional organization that guides the content of your unit. A professional organization is a national or state organization that has been formed to represent a specific group or type of workers. One of the roles of the organization is to establish the values and aptitudes those in the profession should be able to display. An example of a professional organization is the Accountancy Board, which sets the standards and competencies accountants must possess. The next section is where you will list the specific standards or competencies that you will be addressing in your unit. These are taken from the list of standards and competencies developed by the professional organization that regulates your level or type of instruction. The transfer area is another important part of Understanding by Design. Transfer is what you want your students to ultimately be able to accomplish. This is where you would list what, at the end of the unit, your students should be able to do on their own with the content that you taught in the unit. It is what students should know or be able to do independently in their job or in another class in the future. The meaning section has two areas. The first area is essential questions. The second area is understandings. Essential questions are questions that promote ongoing inquiry and discussion about the unit. They require students to support their ideas, consider alternatives, and consider all evidence. Essential questions are meant to trigger connections with prior learning. The understandings are specific insights, inferences, or conclusions about the big idea of your unit you want your students to have at the end of the unit. The next area is acquisition, and it also has two sections. The first section is knowledge, and the second is skills. Knowledge is the basic facts and concepts you want your students to know after the unit is complete. For example, these would be definitions, formulas, or vocabulary words. Skills are the abilities you want your students to be able to master after the unit. These could be technical skills or skills like empathy or self-regulation. You will notice there is a column at the end of each area for competency codes. This is where the competency that relates to each knowledge, skill, transfer, essential question, or understanding should be listed.